Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. And I also wanted to say, so I've been talking about all these changes that are coming to Reydiant Reality recently, and I know you're probably in anticipation of like, okay, where are they, Raph? They are coming, but I wanted to give you a heads up to let you know that the weeklies and possibly the monthlies might be returning, but the weeklies will be going behind a YouTube membership paywall. So I wanted to give you a heads up. I'm giving you plenty of time. We're on a countdown. I'm going to mention it every week now until that comes. So just stay tuned, all right? Because there's a lot of changes coming. If you're not interested in that, or should I say if you are interested in that, it'll be the same price as a coffee, right? So it'll be super accessible for everybody. And I will say also, when it comes to the new content, that will be coming to the channel very soon, and I have to say I am really very excited about this. All right, with that said, let's get into it. I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Death card, right? Endings, completions, culminations. Something is coming to a close this week in all of these different areas of life. And you know, the thing is with the Death card, like when people see this, they freak out. But truth be told, the Death card very rarely means actual death. A lot of the time, this is the end of a situation. And actually, even to go deeper than that, when it comes to the Death card, this is the universe or the tarot giving you a heads up to say, this is done now. Let it go, whatever that might be, right? And the thing with the Death card is, if we let it go with grace and poise, we avoid the Tower. Only you have that power in your life. So in all of these different areas of life, something comes to a close, and it's up to you to either allow that to happen or to cling on. Now, for your actions and options, you've got the Three of Pentacles. So if there's something that you're trying to learn, or something that you are convincing yourself that you have to learn, maybe you're thinking about going back to school or retraining or whatever, the Death card comes and says, no, you don't need to go back to school, you don't need to get a degree, you don't need to learn this, you don't need to whatever it is that you're convincing yourself that you absolutely must gain new information on, it really isn't the case. You have everything that you need now in order to do what you would like to do. Right now, in terms of the options that are available to you, this is a chance for you to collaborate. With who, only you will be able to decide, or only you will really know. But let's see if anything comes up. Then you've got the Nine of Pentacles as your communications and conversations. There's something in this on a professional level where it's like you have to let someone or something down easily. The Nine of Pentacles is grace and harmony and joy and pleasure. And really this speaks to having the really sort of embodied good experience, like the best experience that we can have. And that Nine of Pentacles is encouraging you to kind of seek this out and say, okay, where is it that I can really lean in here? Where is it that in my work, my studies, etc., I can have the best experience that is possible? And with the Death card, this means that there's something that you're going to have to let go in order to have this experience, right? So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, it's not necessarily that you're letting go of the studies themselves, although for some of you might be. It's also to say that you may already be doing or embodying this thing that you're planning to study more for, and it's like, what is the need? Does that make any sense? Like, yes, it's wise to upskill, absolutely invest in yourself. I've taken countless courses on countless different things. I always tell people, like, invest in yourself education wise. But this almost feels like you're telling yourself that you can't do something because you don't have a certain level of education, and this is getting in your way. Right now, when it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, Death card with the Nine of Pentacles, where you've kind of, I'm sorry, going to call you out here, Gemini, but where you've kind of been coasting it and just kind of, yeah, you know, getting by because you can do whatever, that goes away now. You got to start being more intentional. You've got to start being more conscious. You need to get back to some hard work. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it's quite possible here that this might be you looking at ways of enhancing your business that don't take a toll on you. This is like you getting rid of the stuff that you find overly taxing, whether this is that you're getting an assistant, maybe you are, you know, retiring a service, putting your prices up, whatever the case might be. Lots of shifts and changes here, which is great. Now, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, in a lot of ways, I wouldn't be surprised here, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you kind of cut whatever it is that you were doing that feels like work and just say, no, you know what, I'm gonna go start chilling. I'm gonna start living life. That feels better. Now, for those of you that are, when it comes to your love and relations, so the Death card with the World, this is a break away from, or a moving away from a current community. Let me explain. If you are single and you're about to sort of connect with someone, get into a relationship with someone, reconnect with someone, all of that stuff, this isn't to say that the Death card says no. What it does say, though, is that your living situation or the community that you consider yourself a part of, that's what's going to have to change in order for you to make this a possibility. So for those of you that are single, wherever you currently call home, or whoever you currently call your community, it's likely that those things are going away. That's the trade-off that you make in order to, you know, move towards this new relationship. Now, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitment, your World card is the relationship going to the next level, whatever that looks like for you. And with the Death card, there's a trade-off here again, right? There's something that this is kind of like, if you want that next level of your relationship, there's something you need to give up. And this isn't about like, oh, you know, like you can't have it all. It's not that at all. I don't genuinely believe that. But what I will say is, it's like there's a trade-off for everything in life, right? In order to make one decision, we have to let go of another. In order to take one option, we have to get rid of another. That's just the way that it works, right? For your money and materials, you've got the Three of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, this could literally be the ending of a debt, the releasing of a debt, so that could be really nice. Now, some interesting things happening here. Three of Pentacles, obviously the number 3. The World card is 21. 21, 2 and 1 gives you 3. And then you've got the Three of Swords. So technically you've got 3 threes. 3 threes represents a unity, right? Like a collaborative or a collective or a connective in some way. So in order for you to really make money or enhance your earning potential, it's going to be through collaborative efforts, not necessarily through you going back to school and working harder than you are currently. That Three of Swords is also the release of a debt, the removal of some kind of obstacle. You've got the Death card here with the Three of Swords. That's one of the true indicators of death. I touch wood, I really hope I'm wrong on this front. And so the way that this potentially shows up for you this week could be news of an inheritance. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Three of Swords is your kidneys. You've got this with the Death card, so maybe this week you decide to stop drinking. You know, maybe you say, right, no more energy drinks from now on, or no more coffee, or whatever the case might be. There's something that you're being really hardcore with yourself in removing, that you're ingesting, but it's a liquid of some sort. And then finally, when it comes to, obviously I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, this is not a diagnosis. I will say check in with your kidneys as well, because it looks like some of you might have problems or issues with your filtration system, so your kidneys and your liver. Just have a look into them this week, all right? And then when it comes to your home and environment, the Three of Swords, because this is so close to that world card, it does make me wonder, like, something about the living situation for you guys I think is going to change sooner than you realize. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Remember, there are changes coming to the channel, so stay tuned, and I will keep letting you know about them until I release all of the new good stuff to you. All right, with that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.